Candy Cane Lane. Eddie Murphy stars in Candy Cane Lane. It's now on Prime. It's 2 hours long. But is it worth it? Well, it's a good kids movie. But I think it lost its way after the first 45 minutes. There were characters I would have preferred them using more, and they used them less, and they put these other characters in there that made no sense. So it should have been an hour and a half, not 2 hours. And I would have cut quite a bit of the middle part. But there were some scenes that were incredible in it. Eddie Murphy has a family, 3 kids. And 2 kids want to go to different universities for different reasons. But of course, parents always want their kids to go to their university, saying, you're not going to that one. So the argument wasn't really a huge argument. It was just like, you're not going there. But it was more than that. Candy Cane Lane had a contest every year that all the neighbors in Candy Cane Lane, I guess that was the street, that's what it was called, didn't really get into it too much of how this contest came to be, who started it, or you must do it or something. It doesn't really get into that. But Candy Cane Lane, they had all decorations of Christmas. And they have a contest. Who wins gets a ribbon. And it doesn't even say if they get more than a ribbon. So that kind of confused me. They didn't really go into detail over that too much. And that's fine. So the parents go to their jobs the next day. And Eddie Murphy gets laid off. While his wife is for a promotion. So now that he's laid off, he's concerned about his family. Not realizing that Christmas is not about money. It's not about winning contest. It's about love and family. So his neighbor now, who wins all the time, had a huge Candy Lane party with all the neighbors. So that's where I would have liked to get to know more of the neighbors. And they didn't really do it that way. I would have liked to get to know this neighbor and this neighbor, and I would have liked to see a little bit more chatting, a little bit more of the party. But it went right into a video, or it was on the news. Didn't really say. Candy Cane Lane this year has a sponsor. And the best decorated neighbor, the best decorated house, gets $100,000. So Eddie Murphy's thinking, this is amazing. This will save my family. We'll have money. I'll get a job later. This is awesome. So he goes to Costco the next morning, and the young girl goes with him. So she doesn't go to school. They get there, and Costco's completely empty because you see a riot of people tearing through everything. So the neighbors all go there, and they're tearing through all the Christmas. So Christmas is gone. So he goes in there, he looks around, and he sees all Valentine's. And he goes, really? Valentine's? They're out. They go to all these other stores. That was funny. The neighbors are going crazy to win this $100,000. So finally, he finds this little store with these detours that keep on detouring to this kind of like little store. So he goes in there, and there's no one in there. And someone kind of like jumps out. This woman jumps out and say, how can I help you? And she goes, yes. And the conversation was really interesting. So this is where it really piqued me. So he signs something that he doesn't even read, thinking he's buying this huge Christmas tree. He takes it home. And he sets it up. He's ready to turn on the lights because now Santa Claus is coming down the street. Again, this was a Santa Claus coming down saying who looks like who's going to be the winner this year type thing. So Santa Claus comes down and he points there. The lights go on for that neighbor, that neighbor, that neighbor. And Eddie Murphy puts on the lights and it's beautiful. It shines like a star. And the next morning it looks like someone stole his Christmas tree, his ornaments on the tree. What's going on? So he goes back to the store and he finds out some magic, something that he did, something that he has to fix. And if he doesn't fix it, oh boy, it's going to be bad on him. I'm not going to tell you anymore, but like I said, a half an hour didn't really need to be. And they should have put the neighbors in it a little bit more, especially the rival between him and his so-called friend who seems to win every year. They seem to be friends, and they had some really interesting dialogue. I kind of wish that he was in it a little bit more. I kind of wish it showed the high schools a little bit more that the kids went to and the teens went to. I would have liked to have seen a little bit more of that, but not this other half an hour stuff that you will see and you're like, why did they put that in there? It didn't need to be there. And then the ending was weak. It did remind me a lot of Night of the Museum. Night of the Museum is an amazing movie. If you've never seen it, it's a Christmas movie. It's fantastic. It's like top on my list to watch every year. But Eddie Murphy is good in this, and they did pick a good cast. I can't say anything bad about the actors at all, except for some scenes that should have not even been there. All right, everyone. Bye for now. And if you don't know about Beverly Hills Cop, I think I mentioned it already, for theater or Netflix. They haven't decided yet. And I'd love to see him back, Eddie Murphy, as Axel Foley. Bye for now, everyone.